Okay, yeah, I'm back. Oh, yep. Welcome, part two, whatever. Let's go.
Time. Well, here are a few reasons to think that time is evolved. As I mentioned before, the cures can move in frozen time, so they have
Okay.
connection to time. Secondly, these speeds cause rips and tears in space itself. The theory of space-time is that space and time are linked, so affecting one on a grand scale would naturally affect the other on a similar scale. The equalizing of the time differences between the three universe-sized realms is really the big reason for thinking this. Equalizing the time of separate time spaces would be the level we're looking for, and that happens to be in this series. The Dark Zone beings were 100 years behind Mipple as they were affected by the time differences of Earth and the Garden of Light. Yet no time gap like that happens to them again, despite there clearly being times when none of them were on Earth. More explicitly, it is directly stated that the reason why the Garden of Light's time and Earth times become equal was because of Poron's power. Poron's power is used for the Rainbow Bracelets and later for Shining Luminous. Luminous later also uses the power of Lilin to amp herself with the power to create, and use the Heartseal Brooch to create stronger barriers. A reminder that Lilin is Poron's sister, so it's likely she has time abilities as well, which is even supported by the titles the two have. Prince of Light that leads to the future for Poron, and Princess of Light weaving the future for Lilin. Even with this amp, Black and White are usually above Luminous in base. With all this, I think it is clear that time is involved in this feat, meaning it would be at least Universal Plus going off with the Versus Battle tiering. Now that that feat is more or less wrapped up, I wanted to bring up another subject of power and Pretty Cure. Infinite power. I know Universal Plus could technically be considered that already, but I want to go over the statements of infinite power in the series. First, we need to establish that infinity actually means infinity. I know that may sound weird, but infinity doesn't always mean infinity in anime/manga.
It can literally just mean very great, right? And that's also another thing with infinite, especially in Japanese, stories, they use infinite, omnipotent, all that stuff a lot. It just means very great. Sometimes it can even mean strongest in the verse or strongest in existence sometimes. So you do need to take
this
that
Loki turned
kind of
down?
interpretation into account when you're considering these.
With an episode title like, All Hearts Are One, I Am the Strongest Pretty Cure, for the episode where Infinite Silhouette shows up, you might think it's just using the greatest power interpretation. While that could be the case, we do get some clarity in Fresh Pretty Cure. When describing what Infinity, the unlimited memory, is, Setsuna gives this example.
たくさん野菜を入れようとしても袋が小さいと破れてしまうでしょ。でももしそれが無限に入る袋だったら、その袋がインフィニティってことね。メビウスがインフィニティを手に入れたら、全世界を自分の管理下に置くなんてたやすいことよ。
This is the definition of infinite, so with that out of the way, let's see the different infinite scaling we
Okay,
can get.
okay.
First, the fact that Mobius, a supercomputer, thought the best way to rule over all the parallel worlds was to use Chiffon, who is infinity, leads to some interesting conclusions about how many...
Yeah, like I said before, I'm sorry if this is not the reaction you're going for, because I am taking in more information than I can dish out, than opinions I can dish out, because it's like I don't have enough info to solidify an opinion yet. But because, like I said, I know nothing about this. It's just wow.
Either it was just so vast a number, and remember this.
But they're already universal, like in their base or transformation. I don't know, but they're still universal. But yeah, I mean, fair. I'll give you that. Fucking hell.
A highly advanced supercomputer, that infinity was the most efficient choice, or there are an infinite number of parallel universes, which is somewhat implied with Love's continued reflection in the parallel world explanation. This would adjust the Futaro feat I mentioned before, making them anywhere from multiversal, which is 1001 to any higher finite amount of separate spacetime continuums, to multiversal plus, which is to destroy an infinite amount of separate spacetime continuums. In All-Stars DX2, the Rainbow Jewel is stated to grant infinite power. Bottom obtains the jewel and then is defeated by the rainbow form Cures, which they obtain from an amusement park's worth of people using the Miracle Lights. In DX3, the Cures themselves are much stronger and obtain a stronger version of the rainbow forms from everyone on the planet using a Miracle Light. So, they surpass
Goku
power.
did it first. Spirit Bomb. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say that.
DX3, Cures themselves are much stronger and obtain a stronger version of the rainbow forms from everyone on the planet using a Miracle Light. So, they surpassed infinite power in DX2, and then they largely surpass themselves in DX3,
Mm.
and that's not even accounting for the fact that there are 4 more cures in DX3 than in DX2.
What?
Heartcatcher Pretty Cure provides us the most blatant
Okay.
statements of infinite power. This is obviously the case for Infinite Silhouette, who is stated repeatedly to have infinite power in the anime, the official website, the manga, and likely the light novel. I say likely as the light novel is not translated up to that part, but I don't see why they would change it, especially given the statement from the novel. She was so powerful that even the usually collected Yuri got a bit of a power high after the final battle against Dune. As Infinite Silhouette is the fusion of the cures, or a combination of these powers in the manga, then even with it being an exponential increase, part of infinity is still infinity, so even the base Heartcatcher Cure should have infinite power, just on a lower tier. Whether you believe that Heartcatcher Cures ever scale above Infinite Silhouette in the All-Star films is debatable,
Infinite
as
power on a lower tier. What? But it's maybe it's like a weaker form, but it's infinite. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with that explanation. Okay.
infinity, so even the base Heartcatcher Cure should have infinite power, just on a lower tier.
Okay.
Whether you believe that Heartcatcher Cures ever scale above Infinite Silhouette in the All-Star films is debatable, as we aren't given anything definitive to say they have or haven't. The closest we have is the revived villains in DX3 stating they will showcase Black Hole's almighty power as they power up, only to be easily defeated by the Cures. Black Hole had the power of all the previous enemies the Cures faced, and we see that the beings he creates return to him, which would mean the energy Bottom had with the Rainbow Jewel went to him after DX2. He even temporarily held back the power of the Rainbow Form Cures, so I believe it's fair to say he is above Infinite Silhouette. Even if the minions don't have his full power, they would still be insanely strong and at least put the Heartcatcher Cures on the path to surpass Infinite Silhouette by the next few movies. If you don't believe that scale, it is at least likely that the Heartcatcher Cures scale above full power.
Why? It's just weird for me. They use infinite power. They say he will surpass Black Hole or the dude, but he also has infinite. How do you surpass infinity with infinity? Please don't say +1. Because it's just. I feel like this is the type of thing I actually have to watch so I can understand what they mean. But it's like I get it, but it's just I know it's weird that why you're trying to use logic with anime, but at the same time it's like he who has infinite power has surpassed her that also has infinite power. Come on, bro, just
Dune, who they needed to become Infinite Silhouette to beat.
Exactly, see what I mean?
Before he transformed, so it makes sense that after so much time has passed, they would be past his transformation, and this is supported by a similar thing happening with another Cure team. In Doki Doki Pretty Cure, the Cures needed to transfer their powers and the powers of the 3 Sacred Treasures to Cure Heart so she could defeat Selfish Proto. Quite like the Heartcatcher Cures did, if not more with the inclusion of the Sacred Treasures. Pantheon mode Cure Heart stronger than Infinite Silhouette? I'm sure that suggestion won't piss anyone off. Back on topic, in All-Stars Miracle Magic, Cure Miracle, the newest cure, can beat up Selfish Proto in base with no amps. So, if that is the case for Doki Doki, then it is reasonable that the Heartcatcher team would surpass Dune. If it were just the anime, that would be it, but the official website's and light novel reveals a few other interesting statements. The website states that Dark Pretty Cure has immeasurable power.
Okay.
Said immeasurable power is equaled by and then surpassed by Cure Moonlight, who then also goes on to easily deal with a stronger Dark Pretty Cure.
Okay.
Only having trouble when Dark Pretty Cure was getting help, and when she was having psychological issues from a certain revelation. Following them getting from translation notes of the Heartcatcher Pretty Cure light novel, so take it with a grain of salt. That being said, the first chapter is translated, and it does match with what the notes say, so I do have faith in them. According to the notes, Dune made a deal with the devil. Those desert devils make more sense now. Anyway, and he was granted infinite power.
Okay.
Prime Cure Flower matched a fully powered Dune, and the Heartcatcher Cures were winning against a Dune who had regained his powers until he transformed and started punching the planet. And, as I mentioned above, they should surpass
Okay,
him
not
in the
gonna lie,
All-Star
that was a fire visual right there. I wasn't really paying attention. I just saw that heart thing. I was like, okay, that kind of fire.
A fully powered Dune, and the Heartcatcher Cures were winning against a Dune who had regained his powers until he transformed and started punching the planet. And, as I mentioned above, they should surpass him in the All-Star films. How many times beyond infinity is that? Oh yeah, the Heartcatcher Mirage is also stated to have infinite power, so there's also that. So yeah, beyond Universal, into multiverses, and infinite power. Tough girls indeed. And to think, Black and White had to work together to stop an elevator from falling in episode 2.
Oh, boy.
To multiverses and infinite power.
Well, let's go back real quick.
Catch Mirage is also stated to have infinite power, so there's also that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Beyond Universal, into multiverses, and
Bro, they are, so, that's what I'm saying. Now they're are they, nah. Okay, so, fuck Gotenks. Now we're at Ultimate Gohan. Is he a multi-universal level threat, though? Oh, I don't even know. You know what? I'm not even gonna say him. It's a maybe, but Vegeta, yeah, he's definitely a multi. Yeah, he is. And god damn, bro, these females are strong as. I mean, yeah, I can't even get mad at that. It's just threatening my favorite anime, you know. That's all it is. It just feels like, okay, so you know what, now you trying to take the spot to be number one. Screw that. But it's like, when I seen this, I thought it was like, you know, at best, yeah, maybe universal. At the very most, then you'll be lucky to be considered galaxy or large or cluster galaxy level threat. But this is, god damn, bruh.
Catch Mirage is also stated to have infinite power, so there's also that. So, yeah. Beyond Universal, into multiverses, and infinite power. Tough girls indeed. And to think, Black and White had to work together to stop an elevator from falling in episode 2. Simpler times.
Oh, okay, shit, I was about to say, if that was during a later episode, I was gonna be so mad at that. Like, they're universal, blah 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 level threats, but they struggle with an elevator, bro. Shit, you're in Superman, get out,
kidding.
bro.
The universal feat I keep mentioning is from the same season, and it would still be absurdly powerful even if I didn't incorporate later seasons. With the tier of strength and speed given, now all that's left is to look at the progression. At the beginning of Max Heart, Black and White get their powers back, and they notice they're stronger than before. Just how much stronger did they get? They surpassed their enhanced final attack from the last season. Valdez being stated to be their strongest opponent multiple times certainly helps, though that kind of skews that level of power with the Sparkle Bracelets rather than their new base forms. Really, it is a simple matter of reasoning. Poron was the one who granted the Cures the Rainbow Bracelets, which took them beyond Majin's level, and whose full power allowed them to surpass the Ant Dark King in the end. That same Poron is stated to have gotten stronger, like Meppel and Meppel did, and now is using his full power all the time with Hikari. Hikari, being a person who has the power of light already, with said power of light being part of the power of light that was from the Queen of Light, who was stronger than the base Cures in the original series. Thus, Shine Luminous would be at least on the power level of the Rainbow Bracelet Cures.
Damn.
However, Black and White wouldn't be shocked by that level of power as they would have experienced it before, meaning it was something stronger than anything they felt before. Yep, they start the new season stronger than their strongest attack at the end of the last season. As for Grove, they go from being at a disadvantage in fighting the Dark Denizens in physical combat to matching them individually twice. Then, there is the end of Max Heart. Valdez tanks a Marble Screw Max Sparkle and then powers up, revealing he is now fused with the resurrected Dark King.
Ooh.
Previously, the other Denizens got a Dark Glow that brought them to the level of the Sparkle Bracelet Cures, so Valdez's power-up should at least be that, if not much stronger. After regaining their will to fight for a second time, the Cures with their Sparkle Bracelets are able to push through Valdez's attack, and push him back with just punches to the point where he powers up further and becomes the fully resurrected Dark King. That means the Cures surpass the boost of the Sparkle Bracelets and the power of the Marble Screw Max Sparkle in the span of the same fight. As Luminous is shown later in the franchise being on par with Black and White, she obviously catches up with them.
Nah, that's a girl, bro. I can't see, bro. I can't see it as a female, bro. I can't see
Our
that.
new Dark King, he was only equaled by the resurrected Queen of Light, and beaten by the Cures working with her, Luminous saying there was no other way. So full power, new Dark King, and resurrected Queen of Light skill well above what would have been a even stronger Extreme Luminario Sparkle. I know that's the attack they used to beat him, but that was with Luminous as part of the Queen. Keep that in mind. Now, onto the All-Star films. How much stronger do the Cures get here? Seasons worth of growth. Each All-Star film has the new team only just starting out, with the films usually being released around episodes 6 to 9. Said new team helps out in the film, then goes on to experience a whole season's worth of powering up.
Why the
and yet the
animation
older
so
teams are still able
clean?
to fight alongside them.
Look,
or are
okay,
superior
a
to
little weird.
That means
I'm
they
sorry,
at
okay.
least
This
experience.
part I was missing
then
with
goes on to
it.
experience a whole
This was
season's
kinda
worth
dope.
of powering up, and yet the older teams are still able to fight
And
alongside them.
then
Or
I don't know, maybe it's their animation style, but I don't know, that's kind of weird for me, this part.
are superior to them. That means they at least experience those same boosts in power. This even applies to crossovers they aren't in, as Black and White weren't in Dream Stars or Superstars, but appeared in Hugto 3 separate times, and each time were portrayed as being stronger than the Hugto cures. All the growth of each season, surpassing their own special attacks, going beyond their own transformations, losing to an enemy only to defeat a far stronger foe, every new power achieved. There is even an entire episode dedicated to Elena and Madoka breaking their limits, and it scales to every cure. I'm not going to cover the growth from each season as that would take forever, so what I'm going to do is go over the few times where a multiplier has actually been stated for growth, and then cover 2 notable power boosts in the All-Star films. In Heartcatch Pretty Cure, the Desert Apostle Generals get the Dark Bracelets, which amp them and the Desert Trian. Caesarina is given the other Dark Bracelets for a total of 3, resulting in 3 times the power of darkness. The Cures couldn't do anything to this enhanced Desert Trian except for their final group attack, the Heartcatch Orchestra. The Cures would scale above this 3 times multiplier from the following. Cure Flower, who easily beat a Desert Trian who had the power of the 2 generals, and thus 2 Dark Bracelets, meaning it would have similar power to Caesarina's. Cure Flower is taken down without much effort by a Dune who still had his power sealed, and then the main Heartcatch team faces off against a Dune with his powers unsealed. In Doki Doki Pretty Cure, the Blood Ring Selfish are stated to be 10 times stronger and 5 times faster than the regular Selfish. Hey, there's that power division I mentioned way back at the beginning of the video. Anyway, the Doki Doki Cures scale well above this, as Cure Diamond in base unintentionally one-shotted a Blood Ring Selfish, and they still had over 10 episodes left to grow. We could also say they have an over 5 times boost post-series. Their result form was what they initially used to beat the combination Selfish, which are stated to be 5 times stronger than a normal Selfish. So it should be around that much of an increase, and it should also apply to speed, as we saw them get faster. The Cures thought the only way to beat Proto-Selfish was to transfer all their powers and the power of the Sacred Treasures to Cure Heart, meaning Proto would be well over 5 times. As I mentioned earlier, base Cures fought him and won in All-Stars. Putting those multipliers together, and overall the Doki Doki Cures, with the exception of Cure A's as her base scale to the result form, getting over 50 times stronger and over 25 times faster. Finally, in Hugto Pretty Cure, we have Ruru stating that Vishen and Listil's current power exceed Dr. Trum's by orders of magnitude. For those who need a reminder of what that means...
Oh, shit, I was about to say, bro. I was like, bro, ain't no point telling me the name. It's like, yeah, I guess you could tell me the name, but at least show me the power scaling so I could, I can be like, oh, yeah, I can see how strong you are. Because if you just gonna tell me the name, shit, I don't know. It's like, bro, I don't know how strong you are, so it's just useless telling me the name. The fuck is this?
An order of magnitude is an order of 10, so 10, 100, 1,000, etc. As Ruru said orders, that means at bare minimum they were 100 times stronger than Dr. Trum. This isn't a hyperbolic statement, as Ruru is an android whose specialty is analyzing things, and Dr. Trum, her creator, agrees with her assessment. So Vishen and Listil individually would be about 50 times stronger than Dr. Trum. Do the Cures scale to this? Yes, though not to the full 50. Probably more like 40 times stronger for them. While Trum would always use mechas or wild Oshamidas, it is directly stated that Trum's first Berserker Rampage back in the 2-parter crossover that temporarily caught all the Cures was caused by Trum using his own Toge power and growing in strength. So his power can be compared to the Cures at that time, even if he is weaker. Hence, the Cures not receiving the full 50 times.
Okay.
With the numbers out of the way, let's head into All-Stars proper with the 2 big boosts. The first one comes from the first DX film in regards to Fusion. Fusion, before absorbing any power from the Cures, is stated a threat to all the fairies' homeworlds, including fairies from the Garden of Light. This is
Can they beat Vegito though? Can they beat Gogeta though? Can they beat Merge Zamasu though? Can they beat Kefla though? Can they? I mean, yeah, they can. Yeah, they can probably beat Gotenks. They can probably beat Gotenks. They can. They can beat Piccolo, fuse with Nail, fuse with Kami. They can beat. Yeah, they can be a lot of niggas.
Continued later when Meppel refers to Fusion as unlike anything we fought before, to which Meppel follows up by saying she can sense a terrible power from him. The indication is that Fusion surpassed End of Max Heart, Dark King, and Queen of Light. Then comes the Fresh Cures, who in this film are the newest and weakest of the Cures. Not only can they face this Fusion, but they can actually affect Fusion after he's absorbed attacks from the Max Heart, Splash Star, and Yes 5 Cures. The final boost is one from DX2 to DX3. In DX2, the Dark Minions were overpowering the Cures and then receive an amp. Said amp allowed Hintalowski to easily overpower Cure Black, who had just equipped the Sparkle Bracelets. Jump over to DX3, where the minions and their amp should be stronger since they were made by the guy who made the big bad of DX2.
Okay.
And yet the Sweet Cures, at the time the weakest Cures, won their beam struggle without much trouble.
Wow.
So, a boost well over the power of the Sparkle Bracelets, and you'll recall just how strong I said that should be. And that's it. I sure went over a lot, didn't I?
A lot.
I am happy I made this video, as it gave me the opportunity to share the things I love. With some of the feats I mentioned, like moving the stars in the Maho manga, it would be interesting to see how each season stacks up when you don't account for all stars, which I know some people do. I don't think I'll do individual power scaling videos for them, except maybe whatever the current season is if I feel like it. I do have another video in mind.
Please do it, but just do the strongest one. Maybe there already is a video, but I still feel like I can't really watch this, so I shouldn't be watching this without me watching the anime first, but I don't know.
About the extra cures, but who knows when that'll happen. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and that maybe it piqued your interest in both power scaling and Pretty Cure.
Yeah.
I'd say watch Pretty Cure. I mean, it's only over 800 episodes. Come on, Nagisa confesses her feelings for Honoka in the 15th anniversary film, so it's totally worth going through seasons that don't feature them in order to get to that point.
Okay.
In all seriousness, I do legitimately recommend it, and I wish you all have a wonderful day.
Well, damn. Pretty Cure. Fucking hell. Okay. How long are the episodes? How long? Oh, they're pretty long. Oh my god. They probably like. Nah, I'm not. 30. They probably like 30 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, with that, okay, hold on, divided by 6, okay, that's 3, okay, so that means I can watch 3 every hour, okay, 3, 4, okay, 9, wow, that means I can, watch, okay, 21, what, 21? Meaning I can't, maybe, I don't know if I got the math right, so it's 21 every day without sleep. You could finish it in a year, but still, my god, that's a lot of time to take up. But Pretty Cure, so far, it has piqued my interest. I'm intrigued into actually watching this anime so I can understand this whole power scaling-ish. I don't know, I'm just... Because they seem strong. I like watching shows where characters are actually strong for some reason. Like, not like when I say strong, I mean like strong. That's why I watch Dragon Ball Z, just for the fucking power scaling. But for the visuals, I watch, shit like Demon Slayer. But I still need more anime suggestions to watch because I used to love anime. I stopped and now I love it again. But yeah. Overall, can they beat Goku though? I don't know. I never really caught a lot. They say they have multi-universal feats. I can believe that they can actually move while time stops. Hit. What about Hit? He doesn't really... Does he freeze time or he just moves way faster than you? Does he freeze time? No, Gildo freezes time. But does he just freeze time around the universe or just around the field around us? Okay, I think that's just how it is. So I guess their opponent is a good opponent for them is Hit, but I truly believe Hit would kill every single one of them. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure where the true power scaling is. Like, can y'all let me know what level threat are they? But they did talk about dimensions, but they didn't say they were powerful enough to destroy it. They're universal. I saw something about like their multi-universal level feat. I was like, Jesus, God, I don't know. I wanna. Oh, there's so many episodes though. Fuck me, bro. I don't know, bro. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. Let me know which other video to check out. And yeah. With that said, oh, I hope the video wasn't too long. I'm sure you noticed I split it into two because I didn't want it to be too long. Hopefully this one was shorter, but shit, I don't know. With that said, I'm gonna see y'all later.